Have you ever wanted beautiful long layers and you wanted to cut your own hair because you just don't like the way it looks and you want a hair cut and I don't want to go outside and pay it and have it be ruined and you want to cut it yourself and you're like, what? Where do I begin? I'll show you guys how I do it and create some layers. Let's go. So first things first, you want to comb out your hair, make sure that there's no tangles in it. So once you bring your hair all the way to the front, you want to take your first scrunchie or rubber band, make sure it's super tight. And then you go in with your second one, and then you go in with the third one. We want to cut right below the third rubber band. Oh my god, I'm so scared. And make sure you try to cut it as straight as possible. I just said to cut right below the third rubber band, but here you can see I'm not doing it because I'm super nervous and I didn't want to cut it too short. So once you cut it straight, you want to cut right into the hair so it doesn't look weird. I can't explain it well, but you can see what I'm saying. And make sure you take the rubber bands and make sure that your hair is straight as you take them off. This should give you a nice base of layers. Okay guys, moving on to round 2. You want to try to create a V section of your hair and bring it right to the front just like we just did, and go ahead and tighten it as tight as you possibly can. And I also tie my back so it doesn't get in the way. This looks funny. Repeat the process, going with the second rubber band and then the third one. Cutting this should be fairly easy. I'd say it's slowly starting to come together, don't you? And then as usual, I just take it off and make sure it's straight, make any adjustments, and this should give you a nice like layers to your front of your hair. Okay, so right now my hair looks a little bit choppy, but it's gonna be great by the end. I promise it will be. As long as my freaking neighbor doesn't keep pounding at the freaking walls doing something, I think I'll be fine. So moving on to round 3, we're almost there. We just take the hair in the front and create another upside down V like that, and then usual, we tie in the front, tie in the back, and then I release the front part just because, well, I want to eyeball it, and this helps me just keep my finger there. You can use a comb if you want to make sure it's straight, because obviously what you're seeing right now, it's not straight. So I'll fix it. I think I did fix it right there, and I go ahead and I make sure it's straight and then cut right into it just like the other one. Ah, look at it. The face frames are coming together. So now you just want to take one side and start cutting it to your best ability. I like to cut it diagonally and then cut right into it, so it creates some dimension. And then look. Ooh, now it's coming together. And of course I'm not satisfied, so I go in again and I create even more shorter layers. And you want to make sure when you do that you want to keep it right in front of your eye line and not too far to the left or right, so when it falls straight onto your face, it creates that look. So I usually have a very hard time cutting my right side because I'm right-handed and I can't really use my left hand to cut into my right side, if that makes sense. But what I like to do is, 1, I like to go ahead and do it the best I can, and 2, you see that long part that's hanging? Yeah, that long part. So I just twist it over. So now I'm just going to cut it like I would on my left side. And then once I'm done, I just twist it back. And look, it falls into place quite well. And that's it, guys, we're done. It's not super perfect, but oh my gosh, it came out quite well. after some more fixing, I actually keep fixing it for the rest of the I think I just dropped something. So I do like how the left side came out more than the right, but overall I'm pretty happy with it, and this is how I do it at home. Hope you like this. I was a little bit afraid, like I kind of did mess it up quite a bit. At the end it came out pretty well. I mean, it's not super perfect, but at least I did it myself. I don't have to blame a hairdresser for cutting it too short or not doing something I liked. So
I am loving this new haircut.
I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please like and subscribe.